make sure the dog doesn't eat the marshmallow.
The dog will be fine eating marshmallows, I promise. It's the onions.
It's just sugar.
Yeah. Then she'll get the shits in the bedroom or something, dude.
I mean, they'll just be sticky shits. It'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. Just get some graham crackers and some chocolate, man. It's fine.
Graham crackers, chocolate, and just follow your dog around.
Yeah.
It'll melt.
In Florida, you could sell it probably.
Hello, champion. Sorry. You have something else to say?
No, I'll wait.
Okay. Hello, champions, and welcome back to What's My Role, episode 26? Yeah, it's episode 26. I'm your Tank Bean, joined today by GT Goat.
Hi.
And Donnix.
Hey.
And today we're just gonna kind of goof off a little bit and talk about channel ideas for videos and content in the coming future. In the future. That was horrible.
Future videos.
I'll have to edit all around that. So, I don't know if you heard what we were talking about before, Guild, but I know that you do know that our healer, Golden, is taking a small hiatus.
Oh, dude.
So I think we're going to be trying to
Going
help.
to Fortnite, thank God.
No. We're going to be helping Aspen get her healer geared up, and then I think probably in 2 weeks, Vindo Viper will be able to play with us again. Maybe next week. That depends. But then Donnix won't be here next week, so it's kind of just schedules are falling apart here as the season ends.
Oh, it's all good.
But we're going to try and get Aspen's healer geared up. And then we're going to be able to play a little bit more often, I think, as well. We won't be stuck to strictly like 1 to 2 nights a week where we actually can push. And then you're going to have to step up the DPS. You're going to have to be the big man on campus.
Which one?
Yep.
The campus of
Keystone
Master.
Or you want me to be like full on, go ahead and kick out the other demon hunter and I'll become the main demon hunter? And
Oh, you're going to just jump into Demon Hunter? I mean, if that's what you want to do.
no,
Well, that's a whole other conversation we need to have. Is
demon hunter night.
no. So you've been messing around with a couple classes now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
And like I said, I'm enjoying the rep pally. I don't know why I can't remember the first part of that.
Trying to take my thunder.
I'm not trying to take your thunder. I'm just trying to find explore.
Is that what you think you're going to do in War Within?
I don't know. Well, I mean, that at the most pointless DKs, so then they just get all their mojo back.
I mean, they're going to have that whole Rider of the Apocalypse deal where they can do combat on their steed. So, should have more mobility.
Don't worry, they'll probably have some ability somewhere else.
Probably.
Probably one where it's like, oh, you don't die.
Yeah.
You do a lot.
It's tough because, like, the season's so close to ending.
Sorry.
I don't know that there'd be enough time for you to get another character up for pushing keys.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
But
We'll just do like I did when I very first started. Just randomly jump into it.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to go like balls to the wall with it.
Oh yeah, or at least I have a little bit more knowledge than last time. So
Yeah.
We'll
And
just jump in the park.
I'm actually leaning towards, like, it started out as a joke, but I may start out with Survival Hunter.
What is it about it that has got you thinking like that's what you're gonna do?
It's the idea of taking one of the worst classes and trying to do the best you can with it. Though once War Within comes in, from what I see, the reworks for hunters is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so it won't even like be a meme thing. It'll probably be like just a decent class, right?
Exactly.
A decent spec.
And I started playing a hunter, off and on played hunter for a long time, and I like playing the classes that aren't necessarily the norm. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, Rep Paladin is the norm, the absolute norm, but
Yeah.
Well, that and I was looking at the pallies. I mean, that kind of gives you like a more spread to try different versions of them out. I'll put it that way.
Like with how they do, DPS tanking and healing.
Yeah. So I mean, like once you get one up, you can pretty much try it out. I mean, it's going to be different per class, but at least you're not having to, try to push something that's meant to be a tank class and then find out, hey, I don't like that.
I know that Druid also does all 3 plus another DPS spec, right? But is there another one besides those 2?
Monks.
Oh, yep, Monk.
That, and I'm kind of digging the armor I already got, so that's there too.
Pallies do have cool armor.
Yes, they do. So do Death Knights.
I was hoping that they would bring more tank specs into the game, like, you know how in Season of Discovery they had shaman tanks?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be fun in retail. All right, so we'll just go ahead and jump into the main topic, I think.
We're fine. We're doing good.
Okay, so with War Within coming, we have a lot of, I would say, opportunity for channel growth and new experimentation and just new types of content that we haven't done yet. Because obviously we have a little bit of experience just doing like the whole Let's Play live stream type deal where we're just playing and goofing off. That's never going anywhere just because it's who we are. We've got the podcast, which is similar. We're just bullshitting and having a good time, talking about nerdy stuff. I have made 2 mount videos. They didn't get like super big, but that was pretty early on in the channel. They're sort of similar to some like Zelda guides I've made. So obviously we can make videos like that where we can do, here's how you get this War Within mount, and here's how you get this armor set, because there's going to be a ton of new stuff coming. So, but beyond that, I just kind of wanted to see what types of videos or ideas did you guys specifically want to try and like experiment with the channel? Because I mean, I don't want to be the only one that's like, this is what we're doing. It's also nice for, everybody to be like, I kind of want to explore doing a video like this, and I'm perfectly willing to take time and help people. Like I said before, kind of when we were first coming up with the channel, just kind of like explore ideas and stuff and see what we can come up with.
Well, you know me, I'm always about mounts.
Yeah.
You can go mountain hunting for like 6 hours. I'm fine with that.
I know. I hope you record when you finally get that.
Well, when I get an update, we will.
Yeah, watch, you'll get it, and you won't even have OBS pulled up already.
Yeah, watch me get on there because I'm bored one day just for 30 or not even a minute, and just go down there and end up popping that one that I've been hunting for 6 months now.
That's probably how it'll happen, man.
Yeah, I know.
Unless the drop chance on it might get buffed, maybe, or even the respawn time on that guy might get buffed. That would be
I didn't think
one of
about
those
that.
things would be my guess.
I thought most of that stuff was like permanent. Like, yeah, you only have like a 0 or 0.2% chance ever.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I do have a lot of old footage from collecting mounts. I could still slap those together and make a video. I just haven't felt like excited about, where it's a lot easier to be creative when you're kind of really excited and enjoying the process. So, I mean, that's probably something I'll go back and revisit.
Well, that's one thing I like, because it's like an adventure going to hunt mounts, because you don't know somebody's already been there and popped them.
So do you want to, how would you want that to work exactly?
You talking about us going out to find it part, or the video editing part?
Yes,
Those 2 different kinds.
The adventure part.
The adventure
would
part
we just
us
repeat that over and over until we get a drop, or is it going to be the other mounts that have a specific way of being earned?
Like how we did before, that really only you and me and I think Donnix kind of chose ones who really wanted
Aspen
to go for.
did it too. There was 4 of us, I want to say, all went and got that.
There's only a few of us that actually did it.
The temperamental Skyfox, right?
Yeah. Just have a list of hey, this, I really want to do this
4 of us,
one.
I think.
That, and then, we're bound to say something stupid the whole entire time we're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, this gives you a whole bunch more, but when it comes to editing mode, it's got to be hunt these are my 5 favorite ones to find right now, or this is what I'm trying to hunt.
Yeah. To have a stream where we're okay, here's the goal of the stream. We're going to try and get this mount to drop. And then, that way we're able to collect all the footage easily, right? So we'll have all the footage we need. And then whenever we actually get it to drop, that can be kind of its own video even.
Yeah, and for the ones that are a little bit more difficult to collect, that could be the mystery one at the end of the video when we do make a video.
Right.
So you ramble off 2 or 3. They're we're going for these. And then one's really surprising. I'm on the month. I don't have the right articulation of the words right now to put into context.
No, it's fine. I understand what you're saying, man.
I mean, we get to add a mystery to it, so that, you know, they skip to the end instead of watching the whole video.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's tough to know who's going to watch it. You know, you can never really truly understand the audience. Some people are going to be watching just to see us goof around, and then other people might be clicking it because they're like, "Oh, I want to get that mountain," and they think this video is going to teach them how to get it. And then it's just us being stupid. They're like, "What the fuck? This sucks." Dislike, not watching this shit.
Yeah, which I will say, the ones hunting how to do mounts only want like a minute-long video.
Right.
So that's going to put you more in the shorts range, which are kind of harder to search through to find exactly what you want.
Yeah, if you frame it correctly, though, like you have a title and thumbnail that lets people know before they click it, like, oh, it's like maybe they won't get the mount. Maybe it's just a 10-minute video of them not getting the thing they're trying to get.
I will say on YouTube, like, there's been plenty of times I see like it's 15 minutes long on how to do this. No, there's a shorter video, and I'll go hunt for the shorter video. And then get mad that I don't know everything I need to know. Then go back and watch the 10-minute long video. But still,
right.
So we got that.
Did you have any ideas, Donnix?
I mean, I think it would be cool to record our leveling experience, like leveling together as a group. Because, I mean, ultimately, it's not going to be like a guide or anything, but just showing us. Because most of the stuff that comes out when we're just playing around is like some of the funniest stuff that we have, but we don't record it.
Right. It's always so like that too.
Borderline too.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, there's definitely some stuff that we can't
got to work around.
Can't have on here,
things.
Yeah. We'll have some bleeps. But yeah, I mean, just us, you know, hanging out and leveling together. I mean, it's only 10 levels. It would be a short series, and really it would just be kind of catching the highlights of it. You know, obviously we're not going to sit there and make a video of us, you know, killing 20 things and then turning in a quest and going on to the next one. But like, there's so much stuff that when we're just playing together as a group, that's like, man, I wish we recorded that. Or man, that was so funny. Like, that would have been amazing in a video that we miss.
And I think it's a really good idea. The only part that's tough with that is the editing for something that long, because if I'm going to go in and edit it, it is extremely time consuming for the long videos.
Agreed.
So I know we were talking earlier about like ways to spend, you know, we're kind of got this communal money almost, maybe trying to like hire an editor or something with some of that might be helpful. I don't know how worth it is since we're still so new, though. You know, it's kind of like a tough.
Well, I was kind of thinking I forget what the gadget is called, but basically as soon as you hit the start time on it, you also have an indentation time. So that way every time you hit the button, it locks down, you know, 5 minutes and 43 seconds, and just gives you that little stopwatch sort of thing.
Yeah, and that might be a good way to do it.
Reference.
Yeah. I'm definitely not saying like no or anything. I'm just trying to like work through how we could.
I'm just throwing ideas. That's all I'm doing. I'm good at ideas. More so better at mechanical ideas, but you know, I'll rack it on digital.
Well, and it might be a thing where like we can all kind of record or whatever, and then individually we can snip out those sections that we think would work well, and then it would just be kind of splicing that together. Yeah,
that could be a thing.
Or split the videos. If it's a 3-hour video, there's 3 of us editing. Each person gets an hour worth.
Yeah, I mean, we could for sure do it as like a stream, even though.
With the edits.
No. Well, that's the thing with the stream is like, it's just going to be us playing. So there is going to be those funny moments in there, which we can kind of annotate ourselves with like, you know, the whole YouTube chapters feature. So we could even just do that just based on funny moments.
I'm just thinking more of like actually having to go through it and plug timestamps.
It's almost like whenever we're playing, someone needs to be recording.
Yes.
Because there's so much stuff that we've could have used as content that just is out there now that we have no recording of or anything.
Yeah, right. And then there's probably like tons of like really great moments that would have just been we could probably have like a whole best of what's my role like type video with all the stuff that we just don't have recorded or is like lost somewhere in a giant live stream.
What's my role bloopers?
Yeah, stuff like that. Or, you know, there's a series called like, it's like a Nixium and a Krendor series where they just are walking across the continent. And they're just talking while they walk. So, I mean, people will watch basically anything as long as we're having a good time.
As long as it's entertaining. Like, it doesn't matter what we're doing.
No, agreed.
But there's definitely going to be, just because of, you know, the whole having to level again and then having to gear again, there's going to be a lot of opportunity there for us to turn that into something entertaining, because we always have something come out that's funny or whatever. Whenever, like I said, whenever we're all playing, it always drives me nuts. I'm like, man, I should have been recording.
Right. Yeah, there will be a lot of opportunities for definitely stuff like that. You're right, though. We just have to make sure somebody's clicking the button. There's plenty of us. There's really no reason not to.
I was just thinking, like, it could be a macro we could use on the keyboard too, that just automatically writes it to a notepad. It'd just be your local timestamp.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out, because
my brain's cranking. Okay, so I'm thinking about this like all night on how to do this.
That'll just make things a lot easier. Okay, so we've got leveling together. I think is really good, especially, you know, it's War Within, it's new content. We can all kind of go through it together, because we're going to have multiple characters we each want to go through with it anyways.
Yeah, that's when the crunch time is going to start.
The other idea I had, and we've kind of talked about this before, was all the WoW content creators, not all of them, but most of them, like, they'll do their tier list, but they're like serious tier lists.
Yeah.
Like, who's the best DPS, or what's the meta tank, or whatever. I would be down for doing something like that, but with just stupid stuff in the game. Who's the whiniest bitch quest giver?
Most annoying characters.
Yeah.
Give away rewards for it.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good. That would also get us more into I know we've also said we're going to do lore stuff, but just never have.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would also give us a reason to get more into that.
If we're going
lore's a tricky thing, man.
Little stuff,
because there's so much of it.
Not just that there's so much of it, but like, don't be wrong.
Oh, dude, I don't give a fuck. I will be wrong about something, because then someone's going to be in the comments like, you totally are wrong about this. It's actually blah, blah, blah. And then that's just people commenting. So I'm fine with that. And I'm also not going to get upset if someone corrects me I want to know the right answers. So if I mess something up, I want to know it. As long as we're not presenting ourselves as like the end all be all lore keepers of WoW.
I think we throw that disclaimer out every other podcast.
Yeah. So I don't think there's really any danger of us being wrong or people being pissed off that we're wrong, because it's pretty obvious that we are not like experts. So we kind of just have to not be afraid of it, really. But I've been going through the like audiobooks, and I am just now up to the point where I need to play Warcraft 3. There's a lot of stuff, man. I'm excited to play it. That might be a video in itself. Like, Bean tries Warcraft 3.
Welcome to Bean Audiobooks. Today we are.
The other idea that I kind of had was like, so we learned dungeons probably the worst way possible.
Oh yeah,
where we just jump in and see what happens.
So
almost making, yeah, exactly. So almost making like a joke guide to the new dungeons, where it's like a Dummies guide to this.
What not to do.
And it's just us failing. Like,
that's brilliant. Ways. We could record our first blind playthrough of the dungeon together. And then every time we fuck up or figure something out, we can take note of it. And then, what are you doing up there? You grabbing a piece of paper right now? What would we call that? Would you say it was like Dummy's guide?
A Dummy's guide to like a Dummy's guide to whatever the dungeon name is or whatever.
No, I think that's a great idea, actually.
Just the general name Dummy's Guide to is a good one.
Yeah,
because we can stamp that on most of the shit we do.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to call my lawyer up and trademark that.
Okay. No, that'd be perfect
I
because
think it's already trademarked, but yeah.
Well, it sucks. I guess I'm stealing it.
Generally, when we were doing dungeons, I wasn't really looking up stuff. I started to when I started tanking, but I don't plan on doing that at all with the new War Within dungeons. So that'd be perfect because we could do it from like each perspective, you know, each role. Like, here's how you do this, where it's just like completely wrong information that I guess we'll have to find the stuff that most people will relate to, or find ways to like make fun of classes in the process of it. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of funny stuff we could do with that. That's a great idea.
You know what's going to happen is we're going to put this podcast out, and then in 2 weeks, someone's going
to steal our idea. Damn it! If you're listening to the podcast, I need you to sign an NDA or
NDA right now. You're actually signing it by listening to this podcast.
By listening to this podcast, you agree to not steal any of our ideas.
I mean, there's a whole great amount that we can actually do. It's just dependent on what the goal is, which would be viewership.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to have that be the topic this episode, because I just wanted people to kind of throw out ideas, because we're still so small that almost anything we can do is a valid attempt. So there's not really any reason not to try new stuff.
And like I was saying before, you know, once it releases, that's going to be go-go time, where we're going to have to produce and play as much as possible, but within reason.
I think that like one of our biggest strengths as a group is us not being serious.
Oh, I agree.
I
just meant like as in like getting our names out there and then.
Oh yeah, no,
but like as far as producing content itself,
like we're not serious gamers. We're not like, you know, we're not going to give you guides. Well, except for like the mount guides and stuff like that, but we're not going to tell you your rotation. We're not going to tell you your best build. We're not going to tell you how to be top DPS. We're going to try.
Let me check that off of my things I was going to suggest list.
I'm just going to start the sheet.
Well, there's so many people out there that already do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only way to be successful with those type of videos is that you are explaining it in such like an amazing way that it's so understandable for the listener, and you're also doing it in less than like 10 minutes, because not a lot of people have time to listen to a 10-minute video. If I could like perfectly articulate how to do a protection paladin's rotation in 1 minute, that would be a good video, but I don't know if I trust myself to be able to do that, you know.
You just speed up the video.
Do it times 2 speed.
Sounds like a chipmunk.
Well, and a lot of those people that make those type of videos, they also have a name. So they're known as a high level tank or a high level whatever class or whatever. So they have that name out there. So if someone wants to be the best rep paladin, they're going to look for whoever the best rep paladin is that makes videos.
That's true.
We ain't them.
Nope. We're the best goofballs.
We're the best ones you want to listen to have a good time. Okay.
So yeah, that is not something that I was planning on. It's something I've, you know, kind of thought about, maybe as a way to try and get viewers, but you know, here we are, like we haven't even timed to +5, so we definitely don't have like the credentials or the I wouldn't even say the skill yet to be the ones to like deliver that information. But I have seen like people will just straight up make a video where they're like reading the rotation off of like Wowhead or Icy Veins or something, and it's like, come on, I could do that myself. I don't need you for that.
Or the boss guides where they're just reading the notes in the raid log or whatever. And actually, when I tried to make like those news videos, that's basically what I was doing. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get so many views. It's like, no, you kind of just tried to get a video out really quickly, and it's probably not even helpful for the channel. So I don't even. I definitely regret making those. I just wish I hadn't bothered.
Oh, it's all good. It's all.
I mean, they did all right.
Yeah, they did get some views, but it's not what I want to do. I don't want to be the news guy, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like you opened it to discussion though.
So now I'm the news guy.
No, just whereas most people it's just them and the camera, and that's all they're doing. Like they'll share a little bit of their insight to it, but they're mainly just reading it off. Whereas you wanted to receive our feedback on it, which some of it was negative, some of it was positive, some of us were completely wrong. But I think it
and part of the issue with like the news stuff is there's some creators out there that will know that information before the general public, like us, who would be getting it. So they probably already had that video queued up and they were just waiting for the news to drop, and then they hit the upload button. And
and then here I am, I get the news, then I'm like spending 4 hours trying to put a single video out that's like so bare bones. But yeah, and then there's people like, Bellular, where they don't even have to try. They have like people putting the video together for them, and then they read the script, and then it's done.
Yeah, I'm not going to say fad, but what makes a video's title good versus what makes a thumbnail good in the WoW community.
Yeah, it's really tough
because like I've looked through it, and you get your main streamers who are using your, I wouldn't say default thumbnails, but they're using a default background, and they'll put a random picture up there, and usually the captions are somewhat capturing.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, I feel like we need to have some like pre-made.
I'm not saying our thumbnails are bad by any means. I'm just saying, just looking through what I've
they're
seen.
probably not the best thumbnails because I'm making them.
No, they're right up there with your main ones.
There's been some where I've been proud of them, and then there's been some where I'm like, this kind of sucks, but I just want to get this video out.
Because like here, like just searching through YouTube is what I've been doing, and like most of them are like just your screen view, and there's nothing interesting about it. It's like, okay, great, he's just streaming his screen.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of ours is, a colorful background with, of course, one of our heads popped on top of somebody else.
Yeah.
This one has horns coming out of it. So I mean, I think we're doing a good job on it. I think it's more just the wordage, and of course, what's current at the time.
Yeah.
Style. But
one thing I need to do is get. I know it's kind of like weird and corny, but I need to get all of our faces, like, doing a couple different reactions. We don't have to be doing like anything crazy like that, but just like some sort of face with a reaction.
You're doing a pretty good job with most of us.
Well, the thing is that I have to grab it every time from the video, so it'd be nice if I just had like
a big catalog,
4 or 5, faces for each person that's just pre-made and set up, so I can just click and drag depending on what's going on in the video.
It's kind of funny because I feel like thumbnails and titles are most important when you're trying to grow. Mm-hmm. Once you hit that like top level, like you look at some of like the bigger YouTube creators that do WoW, like their thumbnail just ends up being their face or with a title, or like, and their titles end up just being exactly what the video's about. Like nothing catchy, nothing they have to worry about hitting analytics with. It's just like, this video is about this.
Yeah, it's like once you're kind of big enough to where the general community for, whatever your niche is knows who you are, then you really don't have to be as crazy or creative with it, right? So that's a good point. Because if you're looking for WoW stuff, you're going to see like, here's a Asmongold video. Like he doesn't really play WoW anymore, but he's going to bitch about something.
And he only really charms in when there's news. He just gives his 2 cents on it, and he's on to some other random spiel about something.
What other types of videos? Was there any other suggestions people had before I throw out a couple?
Well, you should have been throwing them out the whole time. This is an idea group, not a hold it to yourself group. We're all open over here.
Oh yeah, PvP videos. I want to do some PvP videos. I can't really do it this season, really, because it's like about to be over. So I mean, the best I could do is how far can I get in 2 weeks, which I don't know. But for War Within Season 1, I do want to actually play the PvP, and if I can mix that in, I would like to stick with one class that I want to kind of master, you know? Where unlike with Mythic Plus, where I do plan on switching tanks up between seasons, at least initially until I have experience with each one, I'd like to have kind of like a catalog of here's me playing, which I've decided to play Arcane Mage. So I chose that because it's different. It's so much different than tank and melee that I'm used to. And it's, you know, kind of provides a lot of utility when casting and CC and stuff. So I thought that that would be really fun to do. And, you know, each season, I just want to stick with that one class. Maybe I'll switch specs, but I will stick with Mage either way to where I can kind of get built up over time. It's like, oh, he's one of the Arcane Mage players that does hopefully decent. I don't know. The whole like
we're talking about PvP before is it's more of a group effort than it is an individual effort.
Yeah, well, there is this thing called solo shuffle now, to where you can queue up solo. They do it with small groups, and coming with War Within, there's actually going to be the Battleground Blitz. I want to say you queue in that solo as well, and I think that's like 8v8 or something. So I can do that solo, but you're right. It's something that when there's more than just me on, I can easily be like, all right, PvP, man, let's go. Whether it be arenas or battlegrounds or whatever, right?
Protect the casters.
Because that's kind of something we can jump into anytime we have less than 5 pretty easily.
Which I enjoyed it when we played it for a little bit once I got the basics down of, you can't just randomly run up to people.
So you're down. What do you think, Donnix? I don't know exactly how into PvP you are.
No, I enjoy it. It's hard for me to be super competitive with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely,
We're never competitive. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm less competitive than you are.
If it's just, us jumping in and having fun, yeah, I'm down. But like competitive in like how we're pushing Mythics, I don't see me enjoying trying to push my PvP rank or whatever.
Okay, and that's perfectly fine. Like, it can also just be something that I kind of do on the channel on the side as well. Or I could even move it to my main channel, but I feel like it would just fit better on What's My Role. And, you guys are free to also have, like, if there's like a project or something that you want to do over time that fits, it's World of Warcraft, it's going to fit on our channel, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Well, it's not too far out there. Snake ladies and such. Yeah,
well, I mean, because that's the thing. Usually there's no, we're not going to have any snake lady videos, okay? Right. So, sorry, Mr. 8.
Speaking of Mr. 8, where the hell is he at? I thought he was supposed to be here for this meeting.
Well, he never actually answered if he could be here or not. That is kind of another thing that I was thinking about earlier, because, like, it has been kind of rough only being able to push keys, once, twice a week sometimes. And I don't know if I felt that specifically because this is a shorter season or what. Like, so I've kind of like considered like maybe I should like make a new character and just see how far I can get pugging. But it almost kind of feels like cheating on the group. So I don't know like if that would be okay with everybody if I'm like playing a different character,
Well, I mean, like with the schedule that we've been doing, I find myself not necessarily wanting to play WoW when it's not us wanting to jump on and do keys, just because that's when the whole group's there and it's a little different.
That's when the fun is.
Exactly. So if we were to do something else or add some stuff to that where it's not just like the main focus is always pushing keys, then I'd probably have a little more motivation to be on more, I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine too. Like,
I enjoy playing it when there's just people on in general.
Yeah.
They don't really matter what we're doing.
I really do love the whole pushing keys and seeing how far you can go. And I want to earn this, this achievement. But at the same time, you're right. Like, it kind of sucks where if we have a night where, okay, tonight's a push night. I know we're going to have fun pushing, but sometimes people get left out because of it. And that really feels shitty, right?
You're fine. You hurt my feelings, Don.
Yeah, I know, but like
Especially
it
with the
sucks if
last
there's like
season.
2 or 3 extra people and we kind of want to all play together. But I do
Yeah.
feel like that the main reason behind that has been that this is a short season, and I feel like we just kind of wanted to prove to ourselves, or at least I did, that we're not trash at the game. We can get the achievement,
Yeah, I mean, and I think that we were definitely right on the cusp of it. We are so close. That's ridiculous. But I enjoy doing that stuff, but I don't want that to be the only reason I'm jumping on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense because there's like a million things to do in WoW. And sometimes I do have the most fun when we're just kind of aimlessly bullshitting something.
Or helping
Yeah.
somebody level or yada, yada, yada.
Like, I would be perfectly fine with even having a night where we're just pet battling, dude. Like, there's so much stuff in the game. Like, I don't mind. I want to play it and have fun and goof off too,
Well, we can make pet battles fun too. Especially with reversing each other.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'd kick your ass in a pet battle.
Probably would, because I know what the hell I'm doing.
I only have like maybe 30 pets or some shit.
The pet stuff has just never been anything I've been able to get into. It's just not.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you for
It could.
I know
for that.
Pokemon and stuff, all that stuff that we kind of had as a kid is a little bit. You were kind of like in your you were starting to teenage years, right? So that was probably
Yeah, I'm the old man.
that's probably a little bit less cool for you.
Yeah, I mean, like I enjoyed the Pokemon games like on the Switch and stuff like that, but it's not. I don't have the nostalgia for it that everybody else that's younger than me has because it was
Right.
just a thing.
Well,
No,
started out with the
I don't blame
cards,
you, bro.
So
I mean, but if you want to talk
What
about
color?
Pogs, man, Pogs was the shit.
there's just one of those.
Pogs is essentially just like Pokemon cards that you can slam down on the ground, right?
Yeah.
And lose a lot of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even beyond pet battles and
the
mythics and
earlier
raids
stages of
and
gambling.
dungeons, there's a lot of other things we can do in WoW as well. So
Oh
and
yeah.
I'd be perfectly happy to spend more time doing all that type of stuff.
I do believe you still need to stick with set nights though for certain things, like our
Yeah.
main goal things. I guess we could say, like, yeah, we want to push mythics, PvP. We probably need to make everybody needs to be on for this night sort of thing, or the main people who hop on, I should say.
Well, and then also have like an idea that we can pivot to if certain people can't jump on.
Yeah, because it does suck when we kind of
I
have a
could
plan and
probably
then.
record it WoW and be fine. I just don't know about the streaming parts.
All right, did anybody else have anything before I go ahead and wrap this up?
We need to do another Phasmophobia night.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
I do enjoy that. that
I picked up Risk of Rain 2. It was like $8. It's kind of a roguelite shooter. It's pretty good. That's multiplayer also. And then I picked up Inscription, which is kind of a crazy like card game.
Oh, I've wanted to play
Roguelite.
that. Is it good?
Dude, it's a trip. Like it's a trippy game. It's
I know
good,
there's
though.
like some sort of twist to it, but I haven't looked it
still
up
think
because
that
I've heard that it's
we all
just
need to get
a good game to experience.
yeah.
Monopoly
I recommend it.
Nice. So that's the podcast, everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe to join the Mythic Mafia. Find us on YouTube and Twitch for live streams every Friday or Saturday. We also have TikTok, IG, and Facebook if that's your thing. We play on the Murden Realm on the Alliance side. Illidan is our Horde Realm. And join the community Discord to chat WoW. Doesn't matter if you're a noob or a seasoned vet. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you next week. Oh yeah, Patreon, if you want to give us $1. Give us $1 a month. Please. Please give us $1.
$1.
I'll make a cardboard sign next time.
Yeah, just like a homeless person.